Hey, it's Matt Selhorst with Boat Dealer Profits. You may know me as the sales and marketing columnist over the last 5 or so years in Boating Industry Magazine. You can see my most recent article, How Will You Handle a Slowdown in Demand? And it's a question that I think you need to start thinking about as a dealer. You probably already have, right? Inventory levels are starting to come back up. Demand is starting to slow back down. We're heading into the off season with Labor Day just around the corner. And the question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to take the demand fall and just hope for the best? Or are you going to take an approach to say, hey, what can we take an advantage of that we haven't been? And one of the things that I write a lot about in my marketing column is using video as a catalyst to help your dealership get in front of the right people with the right messages so that you can get more sales opportunities face to face. Why do I love video so much, and why do I think video is something that if you're not using it or not using it effectively, not using it enough, or it's a pain in the butt to do, it's a sort of an afterthought? Well, here's why I think it's so important is first, it's face-to-face communication as close as you can get without actually being in front of you. Because so many of your prospects, and you've noticed it even more during the pandemic and probably use video more than you ever have, well, guess what? The consumers are getting used to it. And it's as close as face-to-face as you can get without that prospect actually walking through your front door. So that face-to-face, we'll come back to this in just a little bit, but that face-to-face interaction that video allows is a huge benefit. The other benefit of video is it gives you search engine results. Getting listed in the search engine for the boats you have for sale right now is getting harder and harder. Why? Well, because the first and second largest search engine, Google and YouTube, they are a huge chunk of the search volume. They're saying, you know what? Consumers want video, so we're actually going to show video in our search results. Well, Google and YouTube are Alphabet. They're owned by the same company. So a majority of searches happen on one of those platforms, and they're serving up more and more videos. If you don't have videos, or your videos aren't fitting the right style to get the algorithms that the search engines are looking for, then guess what? You're at a disadvantage compared to all of the other dealers in your area, as well as all the other fun money stuff that your people could spend their money on. Why do I think I'm such a big proponent of it? Well, first of all, I've been using video to sell boats since 2009. I had a channel when I was selling boats that had millions of views and was a big driver of my sales success, going from a no boat selling son of a gun to a top producer in a short period of time. Now, at this point, I've taught dealers over and over across the country. I spoke at dealer meetings about video, about social media, about all of this type of thing. And I've actually been able to generate, just on one of my channels in the last 2.5 years, over 6 million views. About 4 million of those have just been in the last 12 months. That views are great, but what really matters is that my clients have sold millions of dollars of boats and services because of the way I've taught them to use video. It's great to have a bunch of views, but if you're not selling with those views, then it really doesn't matter. I find it very interesting that manufacturers and some dealers spend a lot of money to produce a fancy video that doesn't get any views. Or it gets all sorts of views, but it doesn't actually sell anything. The most common is it doesn't get any views. But I've been able to crack the code on how to get the views and how to turn those views into opportunities for your salespeople to sell an actual boat to somebody in your local market area. So why is my method different than if you try it on your own? You could probably figure it out. Heck, I did it back in 2009. But I figured out a system that works in the boating industry to sell your products and services as a local boat dealer, and in a way that's cheap It's easy. It's got to be easier. You just have too many other things to do. Can't add one more thing that's going to be difficult to your plate. Cheap and easy, and it has a high amount of leverage. You do the work, and it continues to produce results over and over and over. Tell you a quick story. I stopped selling boats in about 2013, I think. The dealership that I sold for, like I said, I sold a lot of boats because of video. To this day, 2022, going into 2023, they still get phone calls and they still get sales opportunities from the video I created 10 years ago. What is that? The long, long time ago, right? They're still getting sales opportunities and making sales because of the work I did. And that's not even the most of the leverage. That's just you do it once and you continue to get opportunities over and over. And then we leverage it in a bunch of different ways. Other social media, Facebook, Instagram, your newsletters, your 24 selling machine. If you don't have one of those, you should read my book, Boat Dealer Profits. We talk about it there. And here's the thing. Right now, why is YouTube and Google and all the search engines and Facebook and Instagram, why are they promoting video so much and TikTok? Because that's what consumers want. When they're researching, they would rather watch a video of a boat to learn about that boat than they would to look at pictures, certainly to read an article or read a description. They want that visual media. And if you're not providing it, guess what? You're going to get left behind in 2023 and beyond. It's just, you may say, we've never used video and we've always been successful. It's fine, but times are changing. You also never had a website at one point. And now if you don't have a website, well, you're probably not in business anymore. You maybe didn't use email at one point, but now if you're not using email, you're missing sales. Video's at that same point. It allows you to get it face to face. It allows you to be found more often because that's what the search engines are looking for. I've cracked the code in how to do it with views and selling actual product. Developed a system that's cheap, it's easy, it's highly leverageable so that you can stay ahead of the competition in your market area, whether you're a dealer, a salesperson, a broker, maybe you're even a manufacturer that's just stumped in how you can do it. Don't necessarily want to do it like everybody else because there's only a handful of people doing it really, really well in the boating industry. I happen to be one that has a system that works time and time again. I've taught dealers and salespeople and brokers and marketing managers and general managers. And we had an owner that was 73 years old that went through the program and they found success with it when they followed the system. So if you're interested, what I've done is I put together a master class. I put together training and we're going to go through as a group. I'm going to take 7 people at a time and we're going to run through the program. There's going to be a lot of one-on-one activity, but dealership owners, general managers, sales managers, marketing managers are one that have had a lot of success with this because they can see how it fits into the whole marketing scheme. But just fill out that form down below. I'll tell you more about how the class is set up. Now, we're going to get a group going through very soon. So respond right away. We're going to take small groups, go through, and we're going to get you to the point where you can start dominating on the search engine. You can start getting views and start selling boats very, very, very quickly. And you're going to be able to do it. You're not going to have to invest 10 grand in a camera and all the equipment. We're going to do it cheap. We're going to make it easy and systematic so you can do it over and over and over, even in the busy time. And we're going to highly leverageable so that the work you do once, you use it over and over and over in a bunch of different ways. That's going to get huge results. You're going to love it. Everybody else is going to be slowing down after the pre-pandemic, and you're going to have a whole new avenue to continue to build your business. So fill out that form down below. Let's get on the phone, talk about it, see if it makes sense for you. I'll give you all the details, and we'll talk real soon.